Good morning, grade 5. Welcome back to your English class. I hope everyone is doing well. Today we will be starting a new lesson, that is Malala Yousafzai, Standing Up for Education. And today's topic will be identifying key details. Now, I do not know how many of you know who is Malala Yousafzai, but she is a very popular teenager who fights for girls' education. So let's have a look into today's lesson. Now, so today's lesson, we will be reading about a real girl called Malala Yousafzai. So she is a real human being. She does exist. So this story is not a fiction story. Now, when we read about someone, we read a story about someone, and this story is written by another person. This is known as a biography, right? If you remember, we even read about Helen Keller the last year. So today we are reading about Malala Yousafzai, Remember, a biography is a story about a person's life and it is written by another person. So for today's class, we will be reading page 13, 14 and 15. And the remaining we will be doing in the next class because it's quite a huge lesson. So let's start. For many of us, school holidays are the happiest time of the year. No exams, no teachers, no books, no lessons, no classes, right? So when you don't have school, and when you get holidays, everyone is happy. Students as well as teachers, right? We are happy because we get a break. But imagine if you didn't have a school to go to, right? Imagine. So in many places around the world, poor children, especially girls, cannot attend school, We even see this in India, In many places in India, poor children do not go to school. You may even see this in your own locality. Poor children not going to school, and many a times girl children are not allowed because the parents believe that the girl child can help their parents in the home, so they cannot attend school. Now, Malala Yousafzai was born on 12 July 1997 in Pakistan. Her father, Zayuddin Yousafzai, is a poet who also runs a chain of schools. So we find that Malala Yousafzai, she was born on 12 July 1997 in Pakistan. And her father was a poet, and he also ran a chain of schools. He had many schools. Malala grew up in the Swat Valley of Pakistan with her two younger brothers and two pet chickens. So we know that she grew up in the Swat Valley of Pakistan and she has two brothers and two pet chickens. She was named after Malalai of Maiwand, a famous poet and warrior woman from southern Afghanistan. So we find that she was named after a famous poet and a warrior woman. Malala and her father enjoyed their late night discussions on what was happening in the world around them. So you can see that Malala's father is a very enterprising person. He doesn't feel that since Malala is a girl, she should only be kept to do the housework. She should not be taught, or she should not go to school. In fact, Malala and her dad, used to have late night discussions on what was happening around the world. So he's a very modern dad and he's a very enterprising person. Malala's world was changing fast. A group of people who believed that girls should not go to school was forcefully closing down many schools for girls in the Swat Valley. So you can see that there were a group of people who believed that schools are dangerous for girls, and girls should not go to school. These peoples would have had very old morals and they believed that girls should not go to school. So they started bombing school buildings and they started discouraging girls to go to school. They attacked girls going to school and destroyed school buildings. Now, even our parents, if we are attacked on the way going to school, or if our school building is being bombed, then definitely they would also have a doubt to send us to school. So these people, they were attacking girls and they were destroying buildings. Malala was worried about this. She believed that everyone had the right to education. Why shouldn't girls be sent to school? How could she stay silent when she and so many girls like her really wanted to go to school? Zayuddin Yousafzai knew that his daughter was special. She was not afraid to speak her mind. Okay, so Malala always questioned, why should girls not go to school? There is no difference between girls and boys. We are all equal, right? And in a modern time, why should a girl not go to school? This was completely wrong. So she started questioning people about this, okay? And her father, he knew that she was very special. She was not scared to speak her mind. In those days, okay, it's not a very long time ago, you will find that girls, they are very shy and they do not question what is being told to them. But Malala was not like this. She was very brave and she questioned something wrong, okay? If something wrong was being done, then she questioned it. Now let's go to page 14. Now in page 14, in 2008, he took her to Peshawar to speak to a group of reporters about why she thought girls should go to school. So you can see he's a very encouraging father. He decided to give his daughter a voice, okay, and to allow her voice to be heard by the world. So he took her to Peshawar. This is also in Pakistan, okay, and he let her meet a group of reporters, okay, and she spoke on why should girls go to school, okay. Many newspapers and television channels wrote about her brave speech and broadcasted it too. So you will find that the newspapers, they published her article, and also the television channels, they broadcasted her interview. Later that year, some reporters from the BBC, okay, the British Broadcasting Corporation Urdu website, had an idea. They wanted a schoolgirl from the Swat Valley to write an internet diary about her life. This job was a dangerous one and few girls wanted to take such a big risk. It was dangerous because, remember, some very powerful people are telling you that girls should not go to school. They are doing everything they can, okay, to stop girls from going to school, bombing buildings, they're even killing girls, they're even hurting them, okay. So this is a very dangerous job, and a person who would take up such a dangerous job could even risk her life, okay. However, okay, as I told you, Malala was very brave and she decided that she would do it. Her father knew it was dangerous, but as I told you, he was very supportive and he supported his daughter in her choice, okay. So Malala would write diary entries, as you can also see in the picture in your textbook, okay, and she would read out these entries by phone to the reporters, okay. Sometimes she would scan her handwritten notes and email them, okay. So her first entry was posted on 3rd January 2009 under the false name of Gul Makai, okay. So even though she started writing, people did not know it was Malala Yousafzai who was writing. They thought that it was a girl by the name of Gul Makai. Malala wrote not just about everything that was going on, okay. She wrote about ordinary things, okay, like going to buy bangles, the beauty of the mountains. Remember, the Swat Valley is a valley, okay. It has hills. It's really beautiful and much more, okay. But most of all, even though she wrote about the scenery, she wrote about her daily life, the most important thing she wrote about was her desire to go back to school and how disappointed she was that the schools remained closed, okay. All the schools in the Swat Valley were closed and girls were not allowed to go to school. So she voiced out her opinions, okay, and she demanded why girls should not go to school and why are the schools being still closed. She voiced out her dissatisfaction. Okay, so now let's go to page 15. On 25th February 2009, okay, Malala was very happy because the schools finally opened. Now this was a very big achievement for Malala, okay. Malala and her friends celebrated their return to school, as you can look in the picture, okay. More and more girls started coming back to school. The situation seemed to be getting better. She wrote her last entry on 12th March 2019. Okay, so you can 2009. So you can see it went down for the months of January, February, and March. Okay. Then, although her BBC diary had ended, Malala still wanted to speak out against the bad things that she saw around her. She appeared in a film on the Swat Valley made by a New York Times reporter. At that time, Malala's father was away in Peshawar and Malala was in the countryside. Okay, so Malala saw so many bad things happening around her, like schools being bombed, girls being threatened, killed, molested. Okay, so all these bad things, she wanted to tell people about it, and she appeared in a film, okay, which was made on the Swat Valley. Okay, so a reporter was making a film, a New York Times reporter, on the Swat Valley. It is a place in Pakistan. It's a really beautiful place, and she appeared in the film and she told the world, okay, how women were being treated in that country. Now, away from her books, Malala confessed to the reporter that she was really bored. Soon, she started giving interviews and even appeared on television. She spoke boldly about the need to educate girls, okay? So, she told the reporter that she was really bored because girls were not allowed to go to school, okay? Girls were not treated equally, and she advocated, okay, or she spoke boldly about the need to educate girls. Okay, so we will stop here. We'll stop our reading over here, and we will be discussing our key details that we have learned so far. Okay, so let's have a look at the slide. Now, so far the key details, okay, in our story are: Malala enjoys discussing what was happening around the world. This is from your first paragraph. Okay, a group of people were destroying schools and stopping girls from going to school in the Swat Valley. This is from your second paragraph. Now, this is a picture of the Swat Valley. You can see how beautiful it is. There are many adventure sports which you can have in this Swat Valley. Okay, you can Google it if you want. Malala speaks to a news channel saying that girls should be allowed to go to school. Okay, this is also from your textbook. She does the dangerous work of writing internet diaries. She wrote under the false name of Gul Makai. Malala was happy that schools finally reopened on the 25th of February 2009. And our last point that we recently discussed was that she appeared in a film on the Swat Valley and spoke boldly about the need to educate girls. Okay, so you can notice that from I have taken out the important points from every paragraph. Okay, so these are our key details. Okay, now let's have a look. Okay, can you think of some key events from your life? Okay, and why do you think they are important? So remember, okay, key events or key details in our life, okay, are the ones that teach us a lesson and help us to shape our life and to grow or to become better people. Okay, so you will notice that many key details or many events happen in your life on a daily basis, but the ones which cause a change in you, okay, you would either become better or you would be worse. Okay, the ones that teach you a lesson, the ones that shape you, these are our key details. Some examples are, for example, okay, I got a baby sister in the year 2019. This is just an example. Okay, when you have a new member in your family, it does change you, right? Okay, I became the class captain in the year 2015. I won the Best Student Award in the year 2019. I won Best Sports Captain in the year 2010. So these are just some example of key events that can happen in a person's life. You can also write something similar to this or something that is relatable to you. Okay, so today we will be ending here. Your homework is S1, that is page number 15. You need to write about key details from Malala's life, her date of birth, her family members' names. Why do you think she's important? Because she wanted every girl child to be educated. Okay, what are some of the important events? You can take them from this slide if you want. Okay, and write down 2 events from your life. So you can choose any 2 events that are important in your life and you can write it down. So that's all for today. In case you have any doubts, feel free to give me a call. for your homework, I want you to read the entire lesson, okay? And we will have a discussion in our next class. So that's all for today. Bye-bye.